The President, please be seated. The court is now back in session, and we note Mr. Reiner is now on his feet. You may now proceed.
Mr. President, thank you. It's a small point, but I realised that we have not dealt evidentially with the photograph that Mr. Numu produced of Ben Kiernan, confirming that that was Ben Kiernan and that that was the man he spoke to. Mr. President, it seems to me that that should be received in evidence before the court, the photograph. My respectful submission is one means of doing that would be for the witness to perhaps sign or put his thumbprint on the photograph, and that then to be effectively evidence before the court. The application to do so is made under Rule 87 on the basis that this is a document or a photograph which is conducive to ascertaining the truth, and obviously the prosecution only became aware of this photograph when Mr. Numu showed it in court this morning.
The President, Mr. Reiner, could you please advise the chamber as to where the photograph is now?
I don't know the answer to that, Mr. President. I think it's still with the witness, as I haven't done anything with it, and I don't know of anybody else taking custody of the photograph. So I understand it's still with Mr. Numa.
The President, Mr. Mao, where is the photo you showed to the chamber this morning? Response, I have kept it with me in my cassette. The President, where is it? Response, I think it is somewhere here. The President, can you please raise it and put it up so that we can see? The President, the court officer is now, the greffier of the trial chamber is now directed to bring the photo from the witness so that it can be placed in the case file. Thank you. The President, next we would like to hand over to counsels for Mr. Nuon Chea to put some questions to this witness before counsels for Mr. Khieu Samphan. You may proceed. Counsel Son Arun. Good afternoon, Mr. President and Your Honors. Good afternoon, Mr. Nu Mao. I am Son Arun. Along with my colleague, we represent Nuon Chea. I have a few questions as follows. How far did you go to school when you were young? just tell us about your educational background, please, briefly. Response. I studied at the pagoda, so I learned how to read and write at the pagoda. We used chalk and a small chalkboard to write on. Council, thank you, that's enough. When you joined the revolution, how old were you? Response. I think you can find this answer in the document already. The President intervenes. Witness, you don't need to really respond to this question because it is repetitive, and Council is directed to proceed to another question. Council Son Arun, I would like to ask you another question. What was your role when you first joined the revolution? And later on, what did you do? And another question is, did you ever become a soldier? Response. I already testified earlier on. I joined the revolution, and the time and date already told to the court. Council, is that all? The President. Council, can you please be now directed to make sure that your questions are brief, because we know that your final line of questioning is rather lengthy, and you would like him to be brief, but at the same time you put like 3 questions in one, and that also you need to make sure that the question about his role as a civilian be separate from the role as a soldier, because you appear to have put questions regarding 2 roles in the same time, and that is not useful or helpful. So witness is elderly person, and he may not remember your question if it is too long. Council. Mr. Witness, I may repeat this question. Did you ever join the army during the time you joined the revolution? Response. No, I didn't. I never became a soldier. And I was actually a member of the Commune Committee. Question. You said you was a member of a Commune Committee. Is that so? Commune Committee or Village Committee? Response. I was a member of the village committee supervising 3 villages, Tropang Thom, Tropang Tân, and another village. Question. You said you did not join the army, but this morning you said that Tamok was the commander and that Chuchet Area C was also the head of a zone, and at the same time you also testified before this chamber that you attend the study sessions where Chuchet and Tamoka were lecturing. My question to you is, when you attended the study sessions, in which capacity were you entitled to attend such sessions that were lectured by Tamok and Chuchet?
When they call us for a training, I was a member of the commune. I was assigned to attend the training course, as I have already stated in my earlier testimony. Question. Were you a member of the village committee or commune committee? I asked you 2 times already. Could you please clarify this?
Mr. President, that is doubly repetitive. It's already given an answer. I was a member of the village committee supervising 3 villages. It's repetitive and I object.
The President, witness, respond to this question again, because this question can be easily confused. Were you a member of a village committee or commune committee? Response. I have said it already. First, I was in charge of 3 villages. I was a member of village committee. And then later on, I was transferred to a commune. Then I became a member of the commune committee. Question. When Tamok or Chuchet opened a training session, were you always invited to attend the training, or you yourself did not attend the training, you only heard from others about such training courses? Response. I made it clear this morning on this point. The President, the question is different. The question is whether or not you attended those meeting sessions or you only heard of those training sessions. This question is different from the ones you were asked this morning. So you are directed to respond to this question. Response. I was a member of the commune, and I studied with cadres from the sectors. Cadres from Pong district. We studied at Kontut, and in that training session, Tasi and other trainers were there. I did not know them all. I only knew Chuchet alias C. And then in the middle of the course, Tamok came to also delivered the course. At that time, I studied political studies. Ta-si was in charge of political affairs. As for Ta-mok, he was in charge of military affairs. Council interrupts. That is it. That's what I would like to get your clarification. Now, my next question. You were a member of village committee. And then you were a member of the commune committee and you attended a training conducted by Chujet alias C or Ta-mok. So since you studied with Chujet and Ta-mok, could you please enlighten the court whether or not Chujet alias was C or Chan C? Can you please clarify this? Response. Chujet alias Chan C. Thank you. Question. When you were attending the training course conducted by leaders, and there were many leaders attending this meeting, who were the participants or the trainees who were supposed to attend this training? Do you recall? Response. Those who attended the training course at Kontuot were from a lower ranking level, from commune, from district, from sector levels. They all attended the training sessions conducted at Pong district. The course lasted for more than a month. Question. You said commune, district and sector level were invited to attend this meeting, but you were a member of the village committee. Why were you invited? The president intervenes. Mr. Counsel, you might not understand. The witness very clearly has already made it clear that earlier on he was a member of the village committee, and then he was he became a member of the commune committee. So that's why he was invited to attend the training. Defense counsel, I find it confusing in his statement. Once he said he was a member of the village, and then at another time he said he was a member of the commune. The president, he made it very clear that before he was a member of the village committee, then he became a member of the commune committee. That was clear. The counsel. I move on, Mr. President, then. Since this morning, you have told the prosecutors concerning those Cambodians who returned from Hanoi and Khmer Viet Minh. Would you enlighten the court on the differences between these two groups of Cambodian people you described? The President. Witness, make sure that you see the red light on your mic before you speak. Khmer Viet Minh, who was from the former Khmer Rescue Movement or Khmer Rescue Committee. They were called Khmer Viet Minh. And there were approximately 2,000 to 3,000 of them. They were attached to different districts and communes. President intervenes. Mr. Witness, make sure that you understand the question clearly. The question is, what is the difference between Khmer from Hanoi and Khmer Viet Minh? So can you distinguish between these two groups of people? Who belongs to the Khmer Viet Minh and who belong to the other group, which was Khmer from Hanoi? Response. For Khmer Viet Minh, earlier on, this group of Cambodian people had rallied the Vietnamese people. And there were around 3,000 of them. And when the war was over, these 3,000 or so people were taken to Vietnam. It could have been in Hanoi. Then these people were called Khmer Viet Minh, and they were originally from Khmer Rescue Committee. And those people, upon returning from Vietnam, became the experts, and they were attached to various communes and districts across the country. Defense Counsel. Thank you, Mr. Witness. Actually, my question, I expect a brief answer to my question earlier on. I should move on now to my next line of questioning. You said that Khmer Viet Minh number to around 3,000. When did their presence come to light? In other words, when did they become recognized as Khmer Viet Minh? I cannot recall the date or when they were attached to the armies. I do not recall unless I refer to the document. Counsel. Mr. President, I think that the witness is too tired and he is not focused, so I don't think that he can respond to my question appropriately, and I would like to end my questioning now. I cede the floor to my international colleague, the President. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. You were asked earlier today a question about the reason behind the revolution which was started. Could you explain one more time why the revolution of the CPK was initiated? Maybe, Mr. President, maybe he is indeed tired, and maybe we shouldn't press him all the way until 4 o'clock. Anyway, I think we will go into the morning, So, just giving that into consideration.
Mr. President, can I support that? I've been looking at the witness for the last 5 minutes. He literally looks like he's going to fall asleep. So I agree with my learned friend and his comments.
The President. Mr. Mao, do you think that you are able to respond to more questions by parties, or you prefer that you break for the day? Witness. Well, I am able to pursue today's hearing. President. So witness has already indicated that he is able to respond to the question, but to facilitate the witness in answering the question, please try to reframe your question so that it is easier, succinct for the witness to respond.
I will try that, Mr. President. Mr. Witness, why did the revolution start? What was the reason behind the revolution of the Communist Party of Cambodia?
The President. Court officer, please check his headphone. Make sure that the battery is on and the headset is on and the battery is still fully charged. The President. Mr. Numau, let me ask you again whether or not you are able to go on. Looking at the appearance, you have lost some concentration on the question. If you request the chamber for a break, we will accommodate your request and then we will resume tomorrow morning. It is very likely that it will take only half a day and we will be able to conclude by the first half of tomorrow session. Witness. My health status does not allow and I am not very well. The President. Thank you, counsel, and thank you, witness. It is very likely that his health does not allow him to continue any further for the day. However, Mr. Mao, the chamber wishes to thank you very much for endeavoring to respond to the question by parties. However, your testimony has not yet been concluded. And today, due to your health reason, the chamber decides to adjourn the day hearing now, and the hearing will resume tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning will be dedicated to hearing the testimony of Mr. Nu Mau, and the defense team for Mr. Nguyen Chia will have the floor to put the question to this witness first. This is the information for all parties as well as support staff concerned. Mr. Nu Mau, your testimony has not yet been concluded. We will resume hearing your testimony tomorrow. So you are invited to come to testify before us once again tomorrow morning. Court officer is now instructed to assist the witness, Mr. Nu Mau, during the day and have him return to this courtroom tomorrow morning before 9. Mr. Mom Ratia, the chamber wishes to also invite you to accompany this witness tomorrow as well. And security guards are instructed to bring Mr. Nguyen Chia and Mr. Kieu Sampon back to the detention facility and have them return to this courtroom tomorrow before 9 o'clock. And as for Mr. Nguyen Chia, he is to remain in the holding cell downstairs, where audio-visual equipment will be connected for him to follow the proceeding from downstairs. The court is now adjourned.